Well, Appalachia has such a heritage, you know. I mean, our forefathers were amongst the hardiest people ever. You know, I mean, I think it's what gives us the backbone to survive. I think it's what gave me the fortitude to withstand things like the music industry, which is very, very cold and indifferent, you know, in a lot of ways. It's always important to know where you came from, and Appalachia's been with me all my life, and it's something I'm very proud of, and I can tell by talking to these kids it's something they're proud of too. Well, as I told some of them, first thing you have to have is a focus for what you want to do. You know, if you could focus on something. Now, I'm not a very good one to be giving advice for that because I didn't focus very good, because I like to write and I like to sing and play, and you know, I'm kind of a publisher too, and things. There was too many things that interested me, but really, if you could focus on one thing, if you could, I think you could do better. And you have to devote time to whatever craft it is you're trying to go after, just like you would anything else. I mean, you know, you have to take a specific time and say, hey, I'm going to work on this for this hour or this 2 hours or this day or whatever that is. And if you can make yourself have that sort of focus for it, you know, I think it'll take you a long ways, and it'll tell you whether that's what you really want to do or not. Because once you're in the career, then you know you got to work on it every day. So, I would follow my heart and do what these kids are probably a lot smarter and a lot farther along than I was. I would follow my heart and do what I felt like I had a calling for, because I did not do that. I had no passion whatsoever for accounting. I went by the business department one day at Moorhead, and I was a history major, which I loved dearly. And I didn't know what I would do with that. But instead of finishing a degree in something I loved, I chose because I saw on the bulletin board over there that they made good money. And I thought, well, okay, I can do that. But, you know, when I got out in the real world, I found out, oh, I really do hate this. It wasn't just a joke. I really do. You know, I didn't like it. And I really would have liked to have done something with music, but I couldn't foresee that I would be anything other than maybe a teacher. You know, there just wasn't very many music things to do. So I would definitely follow my heart and my passion towards my degree, because you can't do something in life just for the money. You just can't. Well, you know, I don't know how anyone else feels about it, but I mean, music's the heartbeat of the world. I really feel that way. I mean, you know, I see people that do shows, Philip. Any person you see in life, you can look right out that window there. These people going up and down the street, everybody has a personal thing on them, a problem that you don't know about. I see this at shows. And it's what I told my dad. I see people at shows that I know have the weight of the world on. They've either got a sick parent, they've got bills they can't pay, whatever. But for that moment while the music's going on, that's off them. They're not thinking about that. They're not worrying about that. Music is such a uniter of people, and it's how people can come together. And I just think it's extremely important because it brings so many people together that might not get together otherwise. Jeff Spredlin, who was the head of this, he had actually did a story on me about 13, 14 years ago. And I had won Song of the Year for a song I had written called Murder on Music Row. And Jeff was writing for, forgive me, Jeff, I can't remember the name of it, but he came to something to do with Moorhead, and he knew I was a graduate there. And he came to my office in Nashville and did a story on me. And several years went by. We didn't hear from each other much, but when he started doing this, he called me and asked me if I would be interested in coming and doing this and being involved with it. And I was, and I remembered him, and I liked Jeff, and I knew he was really trying to do something great for these students. So this thing is evolving, I feel like, too. It's he's just kind of really getting in a good place with it. I hope this thing can continue on because it's going to get bigger and better.
Hello, my name is Cole.